What do you do when everything collapses in a single night? When death knocks, and it seems no one is there to stop it? This is the powerful, true-to-life inspired story of Marcus, a man whose darkest night became the doorway to his greatest awakening. Because just when it looked like it was all over, God stepped in. Marcus wasn't always reckless. He once had dreams of being a teacher, a husband, maybe even a pastor. But life didn't go as planned. His father died when he was 16. His mother sank into depression. Marcus dropped out of college and took odd jobs to survive. The weight of it all eventually pushed him into the only escape he could afford: alcohol and pills. At first, it was weekends, then weekdays. Eventually, every day blurred into the next. People tried to help. He pushed them away. He believed in God once, even used to sing in the youth choir. But by his late 20s, Marcus was barely surviving. And more importantly, he didn't want it anymore. It was a rainy night. He came home to an eviction notice taped to his door. His phone buzzed with texts from his sister, pleading with him to get help. The kind where the city felt like it was drowning in its own sadness. Marcus had lost another job earlier that day. He didn't respond. He didn't want help. He just wanted the noise to stop. That night, Marcus took what he thought would be his final drink, and far too many pills. His plan was simple, quiet, painless. No dramatic letters, no final words, just silence. He lay on his mattress on the floor and waited for the darkness to take him. But 10 miles away, in a small apartment filled with toddler toys and late bills, Marcus' sister Tasha couldn't sleep. She felt a strange, heavy burden, like something in her soul was screaming. She got down on her knees and prayed, harder than she had in years. Reach him, rescue him, don't let him go. God, wherever my brother is. It wasn't dramatic. She didn't know what was happening, but the Spirit knew. But it cut through everything. Not pain, something else. Like a hand on his heart, drenched in sweat. He shouted to the empty room. Clearer this time. Angry. Terrified. Heart pounding. Marcus. Back in that dark apartment, Marcus felt it. It was just a strange pressure in his chest. At first, then came the voice. It wasn't loud. It was a whisper. This is not how your story ends. Sobbing. He sat up suddenly. Confused. Marcus was barely responsive. His breathing was shallow. Hooked to machines, with Tasha sitting by his bed. Group counseling. Long nights staring at the ceiling. Guilt. Regret. Holding his hand and reading psalms out loud. His pulse fading. Leave me alone. But the whisper returned. He stood on a stage at a recovery conference and shared his story. I'm not done with you. Doctors said if he had waited 10 more minutes. God doesn't just rescue you to save your life. He rescues you to give you life. With a heart so heavy you don't know how you're still breathing. It would have been too late. He collapsed onto the floor. Somehow, he still doesn't know how. He managed to call 911. Marcus believed that. Something had shifted. Hope returned. By the time the paramedics arrived, he should have died. Marcus became a certified recovery coach. But he didn't. In the ER, he woke up 36 hours later. Tears filled his eyes. Not from shame, but from awe. God didn't leave him in that room. God stepped in. Enrolled in therapy. But God stepped in, not because I earned it, but because he loved me too much to let me go. Many were crying. Joined a men's Bible study. Recovery wasn't instant. There were still withdrawal symptoms. But this time, Marcus saw a familiar face at church, a young man named Reggie. Marcus knew he wasn't alone. He began attending a local church where the pastor had once been an addict himself. He told Marcus, for the first time in a decade, he got a sponsor. Step by step, he can do it for you. 2 years later, the same hands that once trembled with addiction were now steady, holding the hands of men on the brink, praying with them, guiding them. He didn't hide his scars. He wore them as proof that healing was possible. One night, I was supposed to die that night. The room was silent. If he did it for me, one Sunday morning, thin, angry, broken, Marcus approached him after service. Hey man, I've been where you are, and I'm here to tell you, You don't have to stay there." Reggie didn't say much that day, but he came back the next week. And the next. He later told Marcus, "I was planning to end it that week, but something told me to walk into this church instead." Marcus smiled, his eyes full of tears. That something has a name. His name is Jesus. Marcus never expected to live again, let alone lead others to life. But that's the nature of grace. It doesn't wait for you to clean up. It walks into your mess and says, "You are mine, and I'm not done with you." God didn't step in to just save Marcus from death. He stepped in to call Marcus into purpose. Friend, maybe you've been in a place like Marcus. Maybe not with addiction, but with despair, with silence. Let this story remind you, you are not too far gone. Your failure is not final. Your darkest night might become your testimony, because the same God who stepped into that apartment can step into yours. Have you ever had a moment where God stepped in just in time? Share it in the comments. We read every one. If this story touched you, like the video and share it with someone who needs hope. Subscribe for more powerful stories of grace, resilience, and redemption. Remember, the night you thought you'd lose it all could be the night God rewrites your story. He's still stepping in, even now.